Hey everyone, in today's hug, we're going to talk about fake meat. Plant-based meat solutions are trending right now. With this whole Beyond Meat, Amy's, Boca, there's so many different brands, and so I thought it would be helpful to do a little video on that. So the first thing is please read your labels. If you are ever going to buy something that's manufactured and processed by another company, instead of just a single ingredient type food, you must know what you're putting into your body. Very important. A lot of people say that they eat these, I call them fake meats, because they're not real meat, but they are supposed to look and taste and feel like meat. So I just don't get it. Now, one of the things is they claim that, it's good because they're lower in saturated fat. Well, saturated fat is not a demon. It is not bad for you. I've told you before that the entire premise that saturated fat is bad for you was based on a faulty study called the 7-country study, which they had data for 22 countries at the time. But 15 of them didn't correlate with their hypothesis, so they cherry-picked them out and only published the 7-country study. So saturated fat is not bad for you. It's our ancestral diet and it's cholesterol free, but we've gone on and on about cholesterol and how cholesterol is not bad for you either. It is a precursor hormone to your sex hormones, which diminish with age. So we want to have those hormones. They also repair damage done in your arteries by bursts of inflammation like homocysteine. So cholesterol is not bad. It actually repairs the damage. And it's needed for vitamin D, okay? So they also say it's eco-friendly, but plants, it's basically takes the same amount of energy to grow plants and watering and everything as it does for meat. So we're just not even going to go there anymore. But what I want to tell you mostly is that I went and I did some research, and especially the Beyond Meat thing. We know who owns that company, supposedly. And I wanted to see, what was in here. So first ingredient is water. Second ingredient is wheat gluten. All right. If you were to do one health tip that me and Dr. Gloria say is get off gluten. It is so bad for your body. But this Beyond Meat has the first real ingredient is gluten. And then faba bean protein, expeller pressed canola oil, which is highly genetically modified and very, very inflammatory. High omega-6 horrible oil. Okay, then it has salt and then natural flavor. Do you know what natural flavor is? MSG. MSG is toxic. It's way up there with aspartame. There's a whole entire documentary about MSG and aspartame and how toxic they are for your body. And I think it's called Food Matters. I watched it probably 10 years ago, so I don't recall. But it's very important to arm yourself with knowledge and know what is good for you. But when it says natural flavors, it's just one way that they hide MSG inside a food product. Okay? So those are the biggies. And it also says may contain soy. But they say, there's no soy in our products, but yes, it may contain soy. So whatever that means. So, but it's low in saturated fat. So I just don't get it. And then I was looking at Amy's. Now, Amy's, it's like this garden burger. And you think that you eat a burger to get more protein, right? But it has 21 grams of carbohydrates and only 6 grams of protein. That's the same thing with beans, you guys, is most beans are like a 4-to-1 ratio of protein to carbohydrates, okay? So they're way higher in carbohydrates and way lower in protein. Now, some other popular brands, I used to eat these all the time before I started studying nutrition, is the Boca burger. Now, a Boca burger is even worse because it has water and soy protein concentrate, which we know that Americans cannot digest soy, and most Europeans can't either. Asians can. However, the soy in our country is genetically modified. Corn, wheat, and soy are the top 3 that you just don't want to buy, all right? Unless they're organic and non-GMO. But it's really about the digestion. So Americans cannot digest soy protein unless it's fermented. So like tempeh, organic tempeh would be acceptable, but just a regular soy protein consolate, no. And also wheat gluten is the second ingredient. And then it has things that you can't, methyl cellulose, not really sure what that is. And I did see natural flavors here as well. So natural flavors, again, you just want to know, well, what exactly are those natural flavors before you eat them? So the last one I want to talk to you about was impossible foods, because we know that the Impossible Burger is a popular item. So we want to see what is in that. Ingredients for the Impossible meat is water, soy protein concentrate, sunflower oil, again, high in omega-6s, which is inflammatory. It also has soy protein isolate and other things, but it does have natural flavors, which indicates to me that it's MSG. You guys, I am just not a fan of any of these products. And if you want to get protein from non-meat sources, I think eggs are just like God's best food on the planet. And the protein in an egg is 49% bioavailable, which is higher than meat, chicken, or fish. Also, Greek yogurt is another good source of protein. Also, getting a protein powder. I prefer the ones made with beef, but if you don't want to do that for animal reasons, you can get whey protein or egg white protein or even pea protein if you can handle the gritty feeling on your tongue. So anyways, just you guys read your labels. That's the main priority of this show. Today in Wow You Can Cook, somebody thought they were buying avocado or olive oil mayo. And I said, well, read the ingredients, read the label. Is it all olive oil? No, there was canola and soy oil in there. So they try to trick you. They try to make you think that things are healthy that aren't. So just arm yourself with that knowledge and then make a decision of what works for you. Okay, so let's close with a big, fat, juicy hug. Sending you so much love. Make it a great weekend. Bye, my friends.